PH, will they fight this? That is the question. Cards dito trying to go for a kill. Flowing.
Oh, just like that.
Maybe
with the snap.
It could be over, man.
It could be.
And they have the Lord top lane. Can they defend? What?
Dude, you don't want to give Bren an open. You don't want to give.
In the early stages, you can see that a lot of problems that they faced in there.
That was impatient. Ladies and gentlemen, Onyx PH could probably lose this one with a snap. After that outplay, there you go. 2 heroes falling down. Basic now.
Turbo Masha!
It doesn't matter. Turbo Masha is away. Bren Esports still gets the victory.
And what a blunder from Onyx PH, as we are already telling the viewers that it's really promising on the side of Onyx PH. They have woken up. They have showing signs of life against Bren Esports. Their draft wasn't good, but they're performing as what their win conditions are. And it only took one bad decision from Onyx PH. One bad day.
Only one bad day.
Only one bad day was it took.
It will become chaos. You don't want to give Bren Esports a little bit of hope, because they are a team trained to punish you up until the end if you make a mistake.
Absolutely.
They adjusted quickly after the Lord take, and then after that, boom, just like Thanos, should have went for the head. Onyx PH.
Onyx PH should have went for the head, and unfortunately, their early game based lineup was already winning.
Yes,
already.
They were. But man, I think that was so impatient. I think they did not waited enough for the Lord.
That's man. The Lord take was very questionable, because there's no way for them to take it anyways.
You know what?
Are they actually banking on the fact that they can surprise Bren Esports? You cannot do that.
You can't.
Oh,
I actually think that Basic took that call because I think he thought that the bottom lane is on progress. But then again, a lot has happened. Let us throw it away to our resident analyst.
Sa mga casters natin. That is a very, very interesting game. Again, guys, sinabi ko nga sa inyo na manood kayong mabuti at may matututunan kayo. Actually, ang dami yung matututunan ngayon, mga tol. We get the item builds here, checking it out, no? Of course, there's no surprise on the item build here. Here's what I want to point out. Bantayan nyo ngayon yung performance rating ni Basic dito. Hindi lang dahil actually sa nahuli siya. Actually, simula pa yan ng mismong laro natin. Very integral and asar na kami palagi ni Wolf dito sa Balmond. Paborito ni Iyakno ito ng mga teams mismo. I think Onyx has a very high pick rate nitong Balmond, no? Pero this time mga tol, it was Dilar that was holding onto the Balmond. And I like that kasi pag binalikan nyo yung draft kanina, although hindi na natin mapapakita mga tol, ang binan would be a Khalid, would be a Thams, and pinurse pick pa ng Bren yung Uranus, no? So, that is all on denial to Dilar. And actually, napaka-rewarding pag pinanood mo yung mga dating laban ng Onyx, napaka-rewarding against Onyx PH kapag pinarusahan mo ng maaga si Dilar. Ang ganda ng solution ng ginawa ng Onyx dito, they actually prioritize picking the allies para mas strengthen yung isa nilang side lane. And yun, binigay na lang nila yung alam nilang makukuha at makukuha nilang Balmond kasi parang sila lang talaga yung nagbibigay ng napakalaking importansya doon. And just gave that to Dilar. A very durable hero. Dilar always shines on this kind of hero. Itong mga makukunat na hero, he played the Balmond the same way he always play yung mga Uranus na natandaan nyo kay Dilar dito. Ever so disrupting, proactive, at mapapansin nyo, mataas yung early game kill participation dito ni Dilar. Now, on to the post game, tingnan nyo ngayon yung damage receive ni Dilar, ni Iyakno, at kahit ni Jay dito, no? Ayan, yan. So, ang taas, that's 165,000 damage receive ni Jay. Yung kay Alice, 67K. Marami yan. Kaya lang nagmukhang maliit yan kasi nga meron tayong 165,000 para kay Jay dito. At kahit yung kay Dilar din dito, meron ding 135,000 na damage received. 10 nang galing yan. Nanggaling yan kay Pew. Karamihan. Nanggaling yan kay Pew. Siyempre, bato lang ng bato ng spell si Pew dito. At ang nangyari doon sa early game natin is that Bren was very much willing to take the fight. Kasi ang composition na to relies on the strength and the support of the Rafaela. And I think My Venus did a really good job. Kung i-evaluate mo tong hero na to, ang gusto mo sanang makita dito is healing done. Yung healing na ginawa niya. And that manifested onto this damage received ng kanyang mga teammates, no? So, ayun yung ginawa ng Bren dito. They tried targeting My Venus. And, ang nangyari, Bren kind of failed, no? Even if they killed My Venus, nagkaroon ng mga early deaths dito si My Venus, napaparusahan pa rin yung Bren. Kasi, willing lumaban yung mga side laners ng Onyx dito, in the form of Iyaknu, in the form of Dilar, lalong-lalo na si Jay. Napaka-disruptive ni Jay dito. Kaya naman, ang itsura ng game natin parang nakambak pa. Kasi dapat lamang na yung Onyx dito eh. Silipin natin yung highlights, yung mga series of matches na natunghayan nyo kanina, no? Lamang, Onyx! Eto, first 3 minutes, actually majority of that will favor of Onyx. Tanky heroes ba naman eh? Tapos may nagsusustain pang Rafaela, ba? Diba? And yeah, pero meron akong isang notes dito sa Onyx PH na nakita ko kaagad eh sa kanilang drafting, no? Kanina ko pa pinipinpoint yung damage received nila, pero hindi ko pinpoint yung damage dealt nila, mga tol, no? Mababa ang damage nila, sa totoo lang. Majority of their damage will come from basic, ladies and gentlemen. And it is important na mag-pop up si basic para sa larong to. Para lang nag-struggle yung Bren Esports dito, it's because of the durabilities na nanggagaling mula dun sa Onyx PH. And I love that playstyle ni Dilar. Hindi siya yung side lane Balmond lang. He is a Balmond na involved. At kahit si Iyaknu, napaka-disruptive na dito. To the point na walang freedom si Kartzy na makasugod. Diba? On this team fight na natunghayan nyo, makikita nyo si Kartzy, he is not so involved on this fight. Now we have the 15-minute fight, ladies and gentlemen. Ito na yung 15-minute fight na pinos ko lang, no? Pero ang gusto ko lang i-emphasize dito is yung sitwasyon. Kasi dito na nagsimulang mahuli si Basic. So Basic is already gone for this fight. At dun ko na-realize na ano yung mali? Ba't lamang naman yung Onyx? Lamang naman yung Onyx. Actually, meron silang gold lead na sizable pero dahan-dahang na offset ng Bren. Because despite the turret leads na meron doon yung Onyx, ladies and gentlemen, is that yung composition nila, all melee composition, hindi ganun kahaba yung range and they need to win fights bago sila makapush, no? So, yung composition nila, napakahirap talaga ipang-push dito. At ang damage nila by the late game will rely on their core actually exploding. Maging explosive talaga. Hindi nangyari yon. Ginawa lang ng Bren dito, they played it basic. Nakapa nila ng mabuti yung pacing lalaro na, lumalamang lang yung Onyx dun sa early game eh. Pero wala silang pampush. At kapag naparusahan natin yung core natin, nila rather, no? We will have the win eventually. Tuloy-tuloy lang yung push ni Few. I was thinking na baka nga si Few maging MVP dito, but I would take that. Rebo, because Rebo has been establishing clear pressure. So, ano yung biggest dito? Ano yung biggest deal breaker dito mula sa Bren? They dealt continuous pressure, no? They dealt continuous pressure to the point that yung merong umabot sa punto or makarating sa punto ng laro that will go in favor of them. And that was by the moment that Basic got caught. Medyo naiintindihan ko naman siguro dahil because of being the 6-man, it's very possible. We're trying to characterize the players here na baka ngayon lang din ulit talaga nasanay si Basic na kumalaban ng mga ganitong pro players natin in an MPL environment, no? Kaya hindi siya ganun kasing explosive of how carries should be explosive during the late game. It's totally understandable. Pero nabasa yun ng Bren at tinuloy-tuloy lamang nila. Alam nila na eventually they will have itemization. So they will have pressure na kayang puwersahin at itulak yung mga magagandang depensa dito ng Onyx PH. And that's what led them to take the victory on that game. Ayan ay mga codes natin, ladies and gentlemen. It is flashing now on your screen. And ang ganda nung laban. Ang ganda nung laban. Yung Bren lang talaga, they just stall out the time to the point na nagmanifest na yung kahinaan ng composition doon ng Onyx, of which kulang sa damage na yon. Kinukulang sa damage unless super explosive talaga ni Basic. We also have the mythical raffle draw. Isalihan nyo yan mga kaibigan. Remember na kapag na-fill upan nyo lahat ng mga mythical raffle draw natin, actually 5 lamang kasali kayo doon sa grand mythical raffle draw natin para doon sa buong regular season natin and you get the chance to win awesome prizes. Init nung laban. Napakaganda nung laban. Para sa akin, hindi pa tapos yon. And I think Onyx is a team very capable, no? On realizing what happened on the draft on that game. And even Bren, I think na-realize nila na itong Onyx, nako, nakakatakot. They have a very clear potential of actually stopping the win streak mula dito sa Bren Esports. At hindi na natin patatagal yan. Magtungo na tayo sa ating game number 2, kaya ipapasa na natin ito sa ating mga casters.
It is what it is. Era versus Era. 0-1 ang score natin dito. And I do have the boys in the back dito na nanalo na game number 1. While, on your side of the table, nandito yung mga players na sinasabing may first game curse. So that could be a thing. Baka nga, first game curse lang yung naging idea dito for the side of Onyx PH. I'm not discrediting, baka may makita na naman akong comment sa page.
Yeah.
I'm not discrediting anything, pero kasi, as things are going on, yung first game curse na to, it's more on the idea of Onyx PH really knows and is really better at adapting rather than setting the tempo for themselves dito sa season na to.
That's true. Obviously, adapting has been... Paano kayo mananalo if you can't adapt, right? That's what's been happening to Onyx. They have been losing a lot of their first fights, pero the reason why sobrang hindi sila na-trash talk or sobra is nakabawi talaga sila after adapting to that loss in the first game. So, hindi mo pa rin masabing Onyx is like, what's happening to Onyx? Ano nangyari sa kanila? Because there's a strength there. Sabi nga ni Shinbu, there is a potential that I think Bren is also very much aware that these guys can really pop off when you give them a chance. Nagkataon lang na dun sa first match na yon, kabaliktaran na nangyari. Ang Onyx naman ang nagbigay ng chance sa Bren na makapag-pop off from a very hard loss or deficit rather in the early game.
Seriously, if you would look at yung pacing netong game 1, I do agree na hindi yun all Bren.
It was not all Bren.
It was not all Bren. Lahat ng skirmishes, if you can call it a skirmish, I know that at some point naging 4v5 din yun. There is this thing about Onyx PH na ang galing talaga nila pumili ng team fight.
Yeah, that's true.
And nag-iiba talaga yung gameplay nila kapag si Wise yung naglalaro, kapag si Basic yung naglalaro. Kasi, tignan mo, yung sabi natin dati, knowing Wise is actually a player na parang nagbi-build up eh. May tamang timing siya, may tamang tempo, lagi. Slow and steady kapag na-reach niya yung peak niya.
Except for the times na nag-iisan siya. Yun, maaga pa lang mainit na yun.
That's the time na, alam mo yun, pero that's the time na medyo nagiging aggressive. Pero kapag
the usual, no?
Si Wise ang gumagamit ng Hayabusa, slow and steady.
Iba, oo.
Iba yung pacing. Pero iba din yung nagiging pacing nila dito kay Basic. Kaya si Basic, ang aga pa lang, nagko-convert na into kills. So,
interesting.
This is the pacing na kailangan bantayan ng Bren Esports. And kung ano man yung data nila, na hawak nung naglalaro si Wise, this is a different Onyx PH na kinakalaban nila ngayon. So, they should be very wary about the things. Game number 1, they dodged a bullet there and nakuha nila yung win just because of one mistake na nangyari dito. Onyx PH, I don't think that they are capable of doing the same mistake twice.
I think so. Parang napakalabo na umabot sila sa ganitong level. Sa level na tinagurian silang Avengers na talaga. With them just not being able to cope. So this is going to be a good test for Onyx as well. Are you going to be able to pull off a miracle against talagang ang dami ng wins? Gusto ko nang malaman ilan ba wins ng Bren ngayon, ilan standing nila, because I feel like they're just close to 20 at this point. Especially if they give a 2-0 here, that's, I don't know, ang hirap ng ma-reach ng Bren. Pero again, this is Onyx. We are still waiting for some adjustments. They have been known to do this over and over again, time and time again. And that's something that we are going to have to watch out for in this draft.
There is a lot of things happening in the draft right now. But one thing is for certain. Yung sa mind games na yan, always tanggal ang digi sa Bren Esports. Ayaw nila yan.
Yep.
Yan yung isa sa mga trends na hindi natatanggal sa kanila. And siguro sinabi na lang dito ni Daki for their side na kapag ka nandiyan pa yung digi na yan at hindi binanong kabila, tayo magbaban.
Yeah, for sure.
Kasi annoying eh.
And ang maganda naman sa Bren is hindi naman sila masyadong apektado kahit sila lagi yung first ban sa Digi. Like, nakakapag-pull off pa rin sila ng magagandang lineup. Kahit na sabihin mong lagi silang -1 sa ban lagi. Kasi napapwersa nga silang magtanggal ng Digi. They still are able to make it work, and that is something that is very admirable again on the side of the Bren boys.
Tsaka ano din, ayaw din talaga ni Kartzy mapauwi. Masyado. Kapag ka siya yung Siyempre, hyper-care ka. Gusto mo tuloy-tuloy yung farming mo, gusto mo tuloy-tuloy yung poke mo. So that only means for Bren Esports, that is really just a way to make Carl na alam mo yung panatag ka. Yung hindi ka masyado nag-iisip sa mga bagay-bagay. Kasi sa totoo lang, for the side of Bren Esports, okay naman sila as long as hindi umuwi yung mga members nila.
That's true. I feel like as long as the members are constantly getting gold, kahit maliit lang, usually okay na sa Bren eh. Pero Bren, hindi sila sanay sa ganun. Sanay sila sa mabilis na gold income in the early game. And I think that's because of the planning that came into yung pagbawat galaw nila sa mapa.
That is true. Onyx PH on the other hand, J and Basic, what are they gonna go for? Tams is there. Chango is there, nakinuha na nila. They could go for a Tams right now. Walang pipigil sa kanila dito. Or they can go for a tank. Kufra is available, Atlas is available. All the S tier tanks are up, pero they do not want that. Sabi nila dito,
hindi nila papamigay.
Hindi natin papamigay. As long as hindi... Oh!
Oh my God! Totoo ba to? Is this real? Is this real?
Bren Esports, they get hold of the Selena and Championship Selena.
Totoo ba?
For the side of Bren Esports. While for Onyx PH, they did pick the Chang'o early.
Ang aga din ng pick ng Onyx sa support In fairness
Okay. So,
interesting.
Medyo namalikmata ako doon sa side ng Onyx PH. They actually banned out the Tams pala. Kala ko ibang hero yung nakita ko.
Balmond.
Kailangan ko na ata kumuha ng salamin, men.
Feeling mo magsalamin ka na
malayo na to.
Nagulat din ako Hindi ko lang pinansin
Hindi, pero alam mo, kailangan ko na ng salamin. Medyo malayo-layo na talaga to.
Malayo din yung screen
sakto
so, okay lang, sakto lang.
Pero alam mo, Bren Esports dito, I think they're really happy with this too.
Ako, wala na akong goods na yan
Wala ka nang hihingin pa. Kumbaga,
kahit sino na lang piliin mong carry dito
Kung,
yung setup kompleto na
Ruleta. Ang ruleta ay nandyan. At kapag may tinamaan ng pana, may tinamaan ng pana. That's going to be it. Kumbaga, there could be a big pick-off dahil lang sa isang pana na binato lang just because binato lang. That could be a possibility. And it gives out vision.
And in the hands of few, medyo nakakatakot.
So, ginawa nila dito, tingnan mo. Tinanggal na nila dito si Sun Shin. Just because they do not want to give out yung
super
vision.
carry.
Yung vision para kay Sun Shin dun sa Selena.
Para wala nang hunting. Wala kang Digi, wala kang other vision controllers.
I mean, Popol Kupa is still there.
Popol Kupa, pero
medyo
ipipick mo ba talaga yan dito?
Malalagay sila sa alanganin.
Ako, yeah, exactly.
Malalagay sila sa alanganin for the side of Onyx PH if they do go for that.
I don't know, man. Nagkakaipitan na, mga kaibigan, dito pa lang sa draft. Draft pa lang, laban ng mainit. And the bans coming in from Onyx PH are definitely gonna have to be on the carry side, pero they will choose the off-roll instead. Flap TZ, isa din sa mga miyembro ng Bren na malaki din, malawak din ang pagpipilian ng mga hero.
Bren, okay lang yan.
Okay.
Bren Esports, who are they gonna go for? Walang Hilda dito, so I don't think that Flap will go for another Masha pick. Kasi I think yung Masha pick na yan is solely for that reason, na kaya nilang i-bully out yung Hilda dito kapag pumasok siya sa kahit anong side ng jungle. They get the Lunox.
Talaga?
Is this a side lane Lunox?
Feeling ko Carl TZ dapat to kasi siya yung laging gumagamit nito dati nung Season 2, Season 3 Pero ewan ko lang kung... I haven't actually seen Carl TZ play Mage in a long time now. So, pwede pa rin mag-swappers.
Mga ano yan mga prodigy dati kasi yan sila Carl.
Kasi kaya, ewan ko lang parang naguluhan ako dito sa pick na to
Ngayon, hindi na sila prodigy. Sila na yung mga front-runner na
ito before, may sa other regions, may mga nakita kong mga nagtatank Lunox. Hindi ko alam kung mangyayari yun dito kasi unlikely. Legit yun by the way.
I know.
Pero the problem is, yung hero align, sinong gagamit nung anong hero dito? Medyo magulo for Bren right now.
I'm pretty sure that everyone
Lance,
on the court is
nakalusot?
very capable of doing things dito.
Lance and Kufra. That's pretty good picks from Onyx,
Okay, so ang mangyayari dito, ramdam ko lang naman Rockart, maaga silang pupunta doon sa blue buff.
Exactly.
Maaga silang pupunta doon sa may blue buff sa side ng Brand Esports, yung Onyx PH. Kasi yun yung titignan nila. They have the lands, they have the retribution, they have all the kit in the world to contest that first take. And that is usually yung pinaka-vulnerable state ng mga teams. Kapag ka nandun sila sa first iteration ng buff, doon talaga sila magkakaroon ng doon sila magkakaroon ng certain advantage. But they do that.
Okay.
They do get the Claude. I like it. The idea is, Rockart, is walang panghuli inside ng Onyx PH. Well, they do have the Kufra, pero as long as nakikita ni Carl yung Kufra,
you're fine.
You're fine.
No one has hard crowd control except for the Kufra.
Kasi kapag, as long as hindi ka matalunan ng Kufra,
you can do anything you want.
You can do anything you want. But still, he really needs to look out for this. Yun na lang yung sasabihin na natin dito. One of the ways for Brand Esports to win this is to have Selena online. Agad-agad. And, sa totoo lang, side lane Lunox nga itong nakikita na sila to. So, ibig sabihin, ito lang para talaga sa akin, Rockart. Vision game is key for the side of Brand Esports. Kasi, once na nakikita mo lagi si Kufra, you can give information kay Claude. Claude will be extra careful not to get hurt by the kit na meron si Kufra dito, not to get controlled. But, the thing is, if Basic and the others can have a good early game, doon mahihirapan si Carl.
Yun. Abangan nyo ang early game and kaya bang matulak ng Onyx PH ito o Game 3 itong laban na to. Especially considering that Carl is on a Claude. That's interesting. Let's go into game. Onyx PH and Brand Esports Game 2.
And they actually switch up things. Hindi mag-first blue, mag-first purple dito si Few. This is the thing about the Cho and Selena setup kasi. Kayang-kaya nila mag-first blood as long as maka-Jit Kundo concussive blast si Lasty.
Ikot lang, no?
Oo. Kapag ka nagawa nila yon, that is going to be the trap, the garrote, then that's going to be a kill.
Yep.
Pero sabi din nila dito, hindi rin tayo capable of doing things. Pero si Lasty dito, kinalmot ni AC Yakno.
Gigil, sir!
Okay. Lasty dito, almost getting that. Okay, Lasty. Jit Kundo will get away. Tignan natin kung magagawa niya talaga to. And that is going to be it.
Cool down. Ay, hindi. Level 1 pa lang pala.
Level 1.
Level 1. Gigil,
Gigil
si
na
Lasty
gigil.
boy.
Gigil na gigil. And Jay dito will just get away. And that gave Brand Esports a bit of time to sabihin na lang natin secure yung kanilang purple buffs. It was a good try on Lasty's side. Diba? So, by the way, ang gusto ko lang point out din pala dito, Rockart, is dating mag-teammate si Lasty tsaka si Jay.
Tama. Hindi yung tataalala. Sila yung mga nagkasamang nag-champion.
Sila yung magkakasama ng-champion. Sila yung magkakasama nag-MSC.
Tama.
So, ibig sabihin yan, alam nila kung paano gumalaw ang isa't isa. Kasi
sure.
naging duo din sila eh. Nandaan mo yung Grok KJ connection.
Yup. Nung metang-meta pa si Grok, no? Long time ago. Feels like such a long time.
And Few dito, getting caught out doon sa may area na yon, he just really wanted to set up vision or probably annoy yung Lancelot dito into getting that orange buff. Pero sabi niya, okay, sige, bigay na lang natin kahit paano. And Onyx PH dito, at least they're punishing.
Yun na
Napapunish nila yung ginagawang shenanigans dito ng Brand Esports. And if they continue, malaking chance na manalo sila dito.
Yep, I think so. And the early game tempo is very important for Onyx. And right now, they are getting what they want around the map. Problem is, Carl TC is also getting a lot. Diba? Madami ng gold na naipon si Carl TC. Paikot-ikot lang. Hindi siya sumasama sa mga teamfight. And yun ang kailangan bantayan sa gold. Sa itemization mamaya, guys, tignan nyo yung item graphs. Ano na ba ang lagay ni Claude? And lumalaban na ba ang Brent?
And Lusty dito, try to go for Basic. Basic is put in a very bad spot, but that is going to be the dragon use from Dilar, and doon matitigil yung laban. Lusty dito, siya ang hinahabol ni Dilar, pero sabi ni Flap, sige, ako na bahala, haharangan ko na lang. Kasi Sa totoo lang, kung hindi din naman ako makakas talaga ng todo-todo, might as well, harapan ko na lang din.
Blazing Duet is still being saved here by Cortez mula kanina. I'm a little surprised because usually spam lang niya yan sa early game, eh, diba? So, if he's getting ready for a fight anytime. Lamang pa rin naman siya sa levels for against most players. Of everyone. Siya pa rin yung pinakamataas yung level.
Iyak na dito, nasipa papasok doon sa that is a good flicker out. And mechanics, look at
boy.
that. Nagamit niya yun sa split seconds na meron siyang opening doon. He used that perfectly. Kung nagamit niya yun after the kick was complete,
nako, it's
that
over.
is going to be a takedown. Kasi may flicker din si Rebo eh.
And that's the thing. Again, small things. Kailangan yung bantayan, mga kaibigan.
Sino mo dito si Lasty?
Tapang?
Ang tapang ni Lasty, nangyayakap lang talaga.
Wala lang, i-jit kundo ko lang kayo, nakap.
Iyak na dito tinamaan ng pana. But still, that won't really matter because masyadong malalim yun.
And Cortese getting the turtle out of nowhere. Hindi ko din napansin kung bakit ganun kabilis sila mag-takedown ng turtle ngayon. Pero, these are good things that are happening for Bren. Kahit na 2-0, kahit na sobrang daming beses na out of position ng Bren, they are even on the gold score. Actually, lamang na nga ng konti at this point.
Pero si Rebo dito, tingnan mo kung paano niya hinuhold yung setup dito for the side of Bren Esports. Yung crab coin sana pupunta nila kay Carl, but still nakuha yun Yakno. At least he denies it dun kay Carl. Hindi makukuha ni Carl yung power spike na hinalat niya mas maaga. Pero merong ding tulong dun sa may kabila, few getting caught out. And ito yung redeeming factor talaga sa ginagawa ng Onyx PH. Hindi nila hinahayaan makuha ni Few yung galaw niya sa mapa na gusto niya. Na pinapakusahan nila as much as possible dito si Few para to the point na, alam mo yun, hindi niya na makuha yung vision na gusto niya at napapanel pa nila or nabibigay pa nila kay Basic yung mga kills. And that's going to be a kill on the Uranus. Masyadong malalim din yung pwestuhan ni Rebo doon. Ni Flapsy doon.
Yep, nasobrahan tayo ng very, very slight.
Nasanay na tayo si Rebo yung gumagamit ng Uranus. Actually, si Rebo yung gumagamit usually ng Uranus.
Last game, siya yung gumamit eh.
But for this shake-up, medyo napunta na kay Flap.
And that's the funny thing about Bren Esports eh. Sobrang multi-role talaga ng mga players nila eh. Nakakatawa eh.
Jay there with the showtime! Let's see kung ano pa magagawa nila dito. Iyakno na knock-up pero he uses the flicker just in time. And Dilar dito yung dragon binabaril-baril. The pana will connect. And look at this. Knock-up after knock-up. And eto na naman ang Bren Esports. They make the most out of the smallest mistakes.
Napakaliit lang na misposition noon around the bush area. Akala mo walang mangyayari. Pero Jay, out of a play by Onyx PH, Bren ang lumamang.
Bren Esports dito, paano mo ba sila pipigilan sa mga ganung pag-setup nila? Alam nila kung paano talaga kung pumili ng laban and here's your Gillette instant replay #shave the day. What happened there, Rockard?
Yeah, basically nag-setup si Jay and the follow-up was not there. Or at least they were there. Pero parang alam ng Bren na susunod sila eh. Sabi ng Bren, sige, sumunod kayo. This is what we are going to do here. We're sacrificed Lusty. Pero overall, masaya kami. Kasi after nun, naka-turtle pa ulit si Claude.
Tingnan mo si Carl dito. He just goes in. And you know what? Dun sa replay na yon, tinamaan ng pana si Basic.
Exactly.
And that actually costed them a lot. Nag-out of bounds na dito. Ladies and gentlemen, si Dilar. Pero here comes the assault from Bren Esports. Onyx PH, they were looking so good. Si Flap dito, kamunti ka na siya ma-takedown. Just literally tanking up everything. Dilar dito, medyo alam na nilang kailangan na nilang mag-stick dito sa kanilang base. Although, I really want Onyx PH dito to take us to game number 3. But then again, Bren Esports, hindi nila hahayaan yun. And looking at how they control the map dito, pansinin mo yung side lanes, you'd know kung sino talaga yung nakalamang. Last dito, try to go in with the Jit Kondo. And here comes Kartzy. Basic going down. Jay will be the next target. Gusto pa ni Carl ng mas madaming kill. But he will stop there. And here comes the turret push. Will they go for the finish? That is the question. Oh, may Venus dito. May ultimate ba siya? Yes, meron siyang ultimate at hindi ipipilit ng Brand Esports dito. Yung issue, they will just try to clear this as much as possible. But at this point on, nung bumalik na si Carl, I don't really think that they can force anything para tapusin itong game.
I think so too. 100% kill participation para sa Claude. 5-0-3 over 8 kills.
Nahuli nila si Claude dito. And this might be the perfect timing to actually get the kill on Kartzy. Ito na sinasabi natin, as long as matalunan si Kartzy,
yun na yun.
Magiging okay yung laban na to for the side of Onyx PH. Nahanap yun ng Onyx PH this time around and they will delay yung pag-push dito ng side ng Brand Esports. And look at this, 8 minutes in, 8-8 ang score natin. Ang daming 8.
There's so many 8s. Unfortunately, dun sa 8 na yan, it's also gonna be Carl going down as well, which is super important. That means na walang turtle yung Claude ni Carl TZ mamaya. And that means na medyo magiging even fight. Kahit na medyo lugi sila sa gold, lugi sila sa base, I think kaya talagang lumaban ng Onyx PH ng sabayan sa puntong ito, laban sa Brent.
Pinektus!
Pinektus!
Wala!
Yummy!
Pinektus si Iyakno!
Hilo siya eh. Nahilo siya doon, man.
How? How is that possible?
Just, wait lang, another
Okay,
one.
may bago na tayong
Brilliant.
trick shot. Kung meron kayong tinatawag na freestyle show initiation, may emoji combo kayo. Meron sila kasi yan, tinatawag na Pectus.
The Pectus.
The Pectus move.
My God.
Oh, my
Wala
Venus dito
na.
getting caught out and look at this with a sliver of
Uy,
HP. Will go down
Tuwing sa Torre! Nadulas! Torre natira. Pero in fairness naman, mahirap talaga i-pull off yun. Out of
And last
BMI.
dito, how can he get out of this? Nandun si Lance sa may likod. Pwede siyang i-go dito kung gugustuhin niya. Pero sabi ni Lance dito, sige pre, tigas ako eh. Kaya natin yan. Sabi niya kay Pew Pew, sige, ako bahala, tigas ako eh.
I know. So Brand Esports, because of that, they are able to open up the base. At least, hindi sila makakapag-finishing move. Pero napahina nila ang depensa ng Onyx PH sa laban na yun with a tower takedown. Kills are at 10 to 11. Very low kill game again, pero the impact can be felt all over the map, especially for Brand Esports. Si Carl TZ nang mamamana. Batang-bata ka pa ng mamamana.
Pero alam mo, yan talaga yung talent ni Carl eh. I mean, Basic and Wise are really talented players as well. I mean, actually, everyone here are talented players. Pero kasi, there are times kasi na kailangan i-enable ka ng teammates mo to do greater things.
Yes.
So, ibig sabihin dito, I think Carl C is a good player, is a really good player. Pero kasi kailangan mo din tignan kung paano siya i-enable ng mga teammates niya.
Yeah, that's very important. Especially magagawa ba niya yun kung wala dyan si Lasty, si Black?
Diba?
Sinang gugulo, hindi na may mekto si Lasty. Diba? Hindi! Kailangan niya yung tulong ng teammates niya. Especially with few on that Selena, making sure that everyone is controlled and visible on the map at all times.
Pero Basic dito, he can actually steal yung Lord dito. Pero tinan mo yung ginagawa
Tinulak!
dito.
Tinabol!
And Wow!
Grabe yun, ah!
Dodge! Shaken
Grabe yun, ah!
shaken and bacon! Shaken and bacon! Na shake and bake!
Ito, si ano naman, si Basic. Wala, na-bake lang.
No, na-bake lang. Pero na-shake and bake.
Na-shake and bake,
And si Delar dito trying to get a kill on
pinatay sa
Kartzy. There is actually going to be a kill on Kartzy. So this game will prolong for a bit, I think.
Tatagal pa to.
Pero meron ng tao na nandun sa other side.
Yung base!
Ng base dito.
Yung
And they're
base!
actually trying to go for this. The minions are here. Few and the others. Ito na naman ang Brand
Here we go again.
Esports.